There's a reason love is so complicated and indescribable. It's actually three feelings in one. According to a team of scientists led by famous biological anthropologist Helen Fisher, romantic love can actually be broken down into three sensations: lust, attraction, and attachment. And each feeling is characterized by its own set of hormones stemming from the brain. The evolutionary basis for lust stems from the need to reproduce. The sex hormones testosterone and estrogen drive lust, which are separate from what is behind attraction and attachment. This is why one-night stands or steamy hookups don't necessarily lead to long-term relationships. However, it gets complicated because lust and passion are still components of long-lasting love as well. While estrogen and testosterone drive lust, dopamine and norepinephrine are released when one feels attraction. According to Fisher's extensive research, humans manifest attraction in the brain areas that control reward behavior. In a number of Fisher's studies, brain scans of people in love showed the primary reward centers of the brain lighting up after they were shown a picture of someone they are intensely attracted to. This helps to explain why the attraction component of love is based on feelings of obsession, as well as why the early days of a romantic relationship can be exhilarating. The third category of love, attachment, is associated with feelings of comfort and nurturing as opposed to infatuation and desire. The hormones oxytocin and vasopressin are the fuel for these factors in long-term relationships. And while lust and attraction are pretty much exclusive to romantic love, attachment is also felt through friendships, parent-infant bonding, and even how owners feel toward their pets. When someone is in the attraction phase of love, high levels of dopamine and norepinephrine are released. Dopamine is known as one of the happiness hormones, and these chemicals can make people feel giddy and even euphoric. This reaction can also lead to decreased appetite and insomnia, which means you can actually be so in love that you can't eat or sleep well. If you find yourself watching romantic comedies when you used to only prefer thrillers, or if you suddenly love Mexican food when you didn't before, you might want to credit your partner. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people in love often have different interests and personality traits after entering into their respective relationships. One of the study's authors suggested that people have a more diverse sense of self and an increased self-esteem after falling in love. A study conducted by the Stanford University School of Medicine found that intense, passionate feelings of love can be used as an effective pain reliever, acting similar to illicit drugs like cocaine. Researchers asked 15 undergraduate students to bring in photos of their romantic partner and photos of an acquaintance. Researchers then showed the pictures to their subjects while zapping their hands with a computer-controlled thermal stimulator to cause mild pain. They found that seeing the image of their loved ones reduced the level of pain they felt. So if you're about to donate blood and don't prefer needles, perhaps you should have a picture of someone you love on hand. Longtime married couple Richard Schwartz and Jacqueline Olds are Harvard Medical School professors and couples therapists who have been studying the evolution of love for decades. In one study, they uncovered the science behind the phrase "love is blind." In a piece published by Harvard University, Schwartz explained how the feeling of love deactivates the neural pathway responsible for negative emotions such as fear and social judgment. So when you start to fall in love, your ability to make critical assessments shuts down. If you've ever heard someone say they're lovesick, they may have been onto something. Though it hasn't been proven that love makes you physically sick, it does raise levels of cortisol, according to Richard Schwartz, associate professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School. Cortisol is a stress hormone that has been shown to suppress immune function, making you more likely to get sick. Everyone wants to be cared for and appreciated. And studies have found that gratitude can actually improve relationships. For example, one study found that couples who took the time to express gratitude for their partner not only felt more positive toward the other person but also felt more comfortable expressing concerns about their relationship. When you fall in love, your brain releases a hormone called phenylethylamine, which is known as the love drug. The hormone is what's responsible for making partners feel madly in love with each other. Phenylethylamine is also found in chocolate, which may explain why you can't stop after one piece. Out of all the discoveries scientists have made on the topic of love, the most romantic might just be how quickly someone can fall in love. A meta-analysis study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that falling in love only takes about a fifth of a second.